Okay, so we're taking a look at Tyler Childers' Feathered Indians. What we're trying to do here is just bring out the melody with some basic strumming. So the focus is on the melody, but we're going to see how that mixes in with the ups and downs of the strumming. Let's play it close to tempo a couple times. Let's do it slow a couple times. Okay, so let's look at each measure real quick, and I'll count with you. So the first measure, we've got... Okay, so that's 1 and 2. And then on 3, we're just going down, up. So we've got 1 and 2, 3 and then beat 4, we've got this hammer on. So the hammer on is just beat 4. And then on beat 1 of the next measure, we've got the pinkies off. So let's look at the first measure into the downbeat of the second measure. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1. So let's look at the second measure. So we've got 1, 2, and 3, and... So that's just the D5 chord to a pull off with the open G string. So we've got 1, 2, and 3, and let's do it again. And then on beat 4, we've got a down up on the open chord here. So we've got 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and... Okay, so let's try the entire first two measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and... So we should be ending on an up so that we're ready to fire on the next chord on a downstroke. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and... Now let's look at the A chord. The next two measures. On beat 1, we just do a hammer on. 1. It's actually quicker, so I'm just counting this all as the downbeat to simplify the rhythmic notation. So we've got 1, and then we're going to follow it up with another downstroke. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, so I've got the next one as a dotted quarter. So we've got 1, 2. We're not going to play until the upbeat of 3, which will be an upstroke. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and. Okay, and then on beat 4, we're just doing a quick hammer on again from the. If you're thinking of this major chord, it's the 5th hammering onto the 6th. So we got beat 4s here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Setting us up for the downbeat of the next measure. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1. Okay, finish off the next measure. It's a pull off though. 1, 2, and 3, and I'm pulling off, down and off. And then we just kind of do on beat 4, a down up. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and... So let's do all of the A. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Okay, the G chord. Beat 1 we're going to roll into the major 7, into the root. Okay, so we got 1 and 2. 2 downstrokes, so 1 and 2. 1 and 2. And then on beat 4, we're going to go down, up on the G. So we've got 1 and 2, 3, 4, and that sets us up for the melody, which starts on the downbeat of 1 of the next measure. So we've got 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that melody is just hammer on. That's a downstroke. So we got 1 and then we do another downstroke because we're on the downbeat of 2. So we got 1 and 2, and the rest is just alternate picked. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. See, on the upbeat of 4, we're ending on an upstroke, so we're ready for the downbeat of 1. So let's take it from that melody. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So let's look at what we've got so far for G. 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Let's do that again. 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Okay, so the second half of the G chord is a little funky because it's on an upstroke. Okay, so here's the second half of the G chord. Okay, so again, we're just trying to bring out that melody with some strumming, but for now, let's just focus on the melody. So we've got 1 and 2, 3, and then on upstroke, on the up of 3, we gotta rake in the strings or play in the chord. So let's feel that. So we've got 1 and 2, 3, and. Again, 1 and 2, 3, and. And then we're gonna stroke down. Okay, so we've got 1 and 2, 3, and 4. Again, 1 and 2, 3, and 4. Now on the up of 4 is when we're going to catch that melody. So we're going to go up with the hammer on. This would be 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Notice on the ands we're on upstrokes, and on the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 we're on downstrokes. So we've got and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So let's put it all together. So we've got 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Let's do it again. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So I just want to take a moment now to offer a variation on that second G measure. I think it's highly unlikely that Tyler plays it the same every single time. So the entire purpose of this video today is how you take a melody and just incorporate it into the strumming. So on that second G measure, here's a variation. Very similar, but instead of playing the major 6 twice of the G chord, of the G-shaped chord, I'm playing the perfect 5th twice. All the phrasing is basically the same. Okay, let's count the first variation. So we've got 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Here's the same line, but instead of 2 eighth notes on beat 2, we could put a quarter note. So it would sound like this. And 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So instead of this, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, we could just say, and 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So it'd be like this, with the whole second half of the G measure. A little more laid back, less busy with the right hand. So we've got this again. And 1 and